SwoleBenji here. Today I'm going to tell you the story of a pretty damn cool dream I had. Now, since I was 8 years old, I've always been able to lucid dream, which means I've done just about everything most people have ever wanted to do in said dreams. So most of the time, I just participate in the dream like it's a video game or movie, and have structured my dreams to basically be an interactable movie of sorts. If I really don't like the story or plot, I'll just white everything out like the Matrix and just mess around. Anyway, let me tell you about this neat plot I had. The way my dreams work is generally I have a good idea of what the plot is, much like you would when you go to watch a movie. So the plot used my real life situation of living in a van, but the world has been covered in violent lightning storms. Just like imagine if it thundered lightning down every few minutes, but for months straight all across the world. Scientists and experts don't know what's causing it or why it's happening. People are a little worried, but mostly carry on as usual since it's not really messing the world up too much. This dream took a kind of Freaky Friday body swap style to it. It had a twist you'd never see in a family-friendly movie. Due to the mysterious storms, I had swapped bodies with some high school age turbo nerd, and the rest of the dream plays out as such. I awaken in a classroom in a different body, with some innate knowledge of the person like where their locker and classroom schedules are, but not common things like people's names or even the person's name or address. It was almost like a puzzle game and a red pill test really. Since I was in a nerd's body, I was able to do things like complex math with ease, but I was shorter and non-muscular. Realizing this, I opened his wallet, and of course he's got an emergency contact, home address, etc. all inside it. And yes, before you say anything, I have always been able to read in my dreams. I know people say that only certain people can read in dreams, and I am one of them. Anyway, so it's apparent right away that this guy's classmates and generally everyone treats this nerd like a doormat. It seems like the mission I had was to find my actual self as well as clean up this dude's life. Right away, his classmates try to bully him and talk crap, which is met with my immediate red pilling of amplifying their own crap back to them. Heck, even the teacher was giving him crap and ignoring the unruly class. I usually break fourth wall in dreams because I am dreaming lucid, so at this point I basically tell what appears to be the non-bullies of the class that I'm a much older grown man who has somehow body swapped into a teenager high schooler. Because of the crazy state of the world and sudden demeanor change of the character, they believe me right away. Like imagine if the classroom nerd who was well off in a nice neighborhood was suddenly possessed by the most urban, ghetto, bodybuilder-esque person much older than them who gave no fucks. They'd act much differently. So after school, I try to go to my usual place and find myself to no avail. Remember, the real-life version of me doesn't have a cell phone and lives in a van. Also, in this dream, YouTube had been shut down, which is basically my only social media. Calling the girlfriend means she wouldn't answer a stranger's number, and when going to her workplace, most employees had quit due to fear of the lightning storms. Her apartment met with no answer, again, because who answers the door from a stranger? So I decided I'll just camp the gym, assuming the nerd piloting my body will even go. So I go to the gym, and yeah, it's different than real life. You know how like in video games, the stages and levels are built in a way to interact with? Like say the level suddenly has a whole bunch of waist-high cover in the middle of a field? Yeah, you can usually expect a shootout or something to happen there, right? Or if you walk into a room and it's just filled with healing items and ammo, you can expect a boss fight. The gym's pool area was set up just like that. I guess because of all the thunderstorms, all the pool swim bros had to stick to indoor swimming pools. Well, this gym swimming area was set up like one of those 90s movie pool scenes. Huge swimming pool, totally non-Olympic as standard for a gym, tons of bikini babes suntanning on the sides, the pool guy with a 10% body fat cut, lots of people partying in the pool, etc. Remember, I'm a lucid dreamer, so I can pretty much make anything happen. I can turn the water to lava, whip out guns, it doesn't matter. This generally breaks the AI sequence of the dream as it would struggle to keep the plot going and adapt to my actions, but I keep the dream grounded in mostly reality. So as I walk around the pool area, a bully and his friends antagonize me, being a short, small-framed nerd body, but not completely skeletal. One guy picks me up, and as I remain completely calm knowing he's going to throw me into the pool, I pull out my phone, and when I say my phone, I mean the body I'm inhabiting's phone, as real life me does not have a phone. Anyway, so I pull out my phone and toss it next to one of the bikini girls sitting on the sidelines. The guys toss me into the pool, have a chuckle, and walk away. So I calmly get out of the pool, tell them, your turn, then do a simple takedown and drag them by the foot towards the pool. One of his bros tries to get in my face and stop me, but I just grab him by the nose, tell him he'll be next if he tries to stop me, and throw his face downward. A second guy tries to stop me, and he gets grabbed by the ear, and then the back of his knee kicked out. Then I drag him by the shirt. I remove their phones as well, and then flip them both into the water. This draws a crowd, and everyone is shocked. I notice one of their phones had the bikini girl as their background. I give her their phone and tell her something like, give these back to my boys when they're dried off. She gets upset and is like, it's not my job to look after your phone, dweeb. Which I reply, hey, I guess I owe you one then, I'll pay you back, and nothing sexual. Which this girl was used to every man wanting to fuck her or something, so it completely shook her whole foundation. Like no one had ever denied this girl attention as I did. At the point I saw myself at the very back of the gym leaving, so I had to go push through the crowds to get to my actual body, but he, or rather, I had already left. As the crowd grows more concerned, I can hear people being like, oh, that's the guy that got body swapped from the lightning storms, and basically being this mysterious stranger to them. I spot my van being driven in the far distance, so I hurried to my car to pursue myself to try to body swap back or something, but at this point the dream ends. So yeah, pretty cool plot. I get that the whole body swap stuff is like way overdone in media, but you gotta wonder at what the nerd spent his day doing in my body. Like, he probably woke up in a van, basic identification in my wallet, no phone, a weird service vehicle that makes no sense. I guess he dug through the wallet and found a gym membership receipt or some shit and decided to go there, who knows. It's kind of like the new Jumanji movies had this nerd literally piloting the body of The Rock, though I'm not nearly on his level of swole. I'm sure by the end of the plot wrapped up, the nerd would be feared by the bullies, he'd be the Chad of the school and have the entire cheerleader team wanting him. But what would the nerd do in my body? Optimize my rogues, parses, and raids? Clean out my bank alts and organize my desktop? Upgrade my PC? Speaking of upgrading PCs, mine is on the brink. I'm using a motherboard and processor from 11 years ago. When I typed this out, it was 10 years ago. I'd like to upgrade the best in slots so I can stream and make videos more often for you guys, as well as play more up-to-date games. My current system can't be upgraded anymore without basically replacing most of the parts, so I'd rather replace the whole thing, which is why I'm starting a donation goal. If you like the video or my content and want to help me out, feel free to use the link in the description or drop by when I'm live streaming right here on YouTube and use the super chat or super sticker function. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content like this or World of Warcraft stuff. As always, be a bro and stay swole.